Hey, hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome back again. This is day 10 of our live session series, and we are we have completed one third of the whole journey uh, for the day 30, the 30 days journey itself, and uske baad bhi we're gonna continue. But this started as in a like new avenue for me because I was trying to start something जो जहाँ पे we can have discussion about the science, physiotherapy, and lot many things. This is the day 10 of the series and अभी तक हमने एआई के बारे में बात किया है हमने फिजियोथेरेपी के अंदर जो कंडीशंस होती है कॉमन कंडीशंस होती है जैसे लो बैक पेन हो गया नी पेन हो गया सीपीजीज क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस गाइडलाइंस जो होती हैं उनके बारे में हमने अभी तक डिस्कस किए हैं तो अगर आपने पुरानी वीडियोस नहीं देखी अभी तक डे 9 तक की तो ट्राई टू गो एंड फाइंड समथिंग लाइक इफ यू कैन फाइंड समथिंग गुड आउट देयर क्योंकि हाफ एन आवर राउंड की वीडियोस हैं एंड थोड़ा सा कंटेंट डेंस है आई अंडरस्टैंड कि इट्स नॉट स्ट्रक्चर्ड इट्स काइंड ऑफ स्कैटर्ड इन्फॉर्मेशन फॉर नाउ बट हम धीरे धीरे लाइक वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुट दीज थिंग्स इनटू ब्लॉक्स जिससे everyone can make sense of it and we can make it more simple and understanding in the long term. So that is the goal. That the goal is to create this space as a one-stop solution for physios or people who want to understand about their body and their rehab journey or recovery itself. So moving ahead, आज का जो session है it's more about like a book special. I love reading books, and I think books are something which gives you window to new worlds. आपके जो perception होते हैं, आपके जो beliefs होते हैं about the world and about how thing works. I think they come from some information also, and they are malleable through different source of information. So I prefer reading books. I prefer listening to people and then getting a reflection out of things. Ki, okay, how this suits with the amount of information I have and what I can make sense of it. Okay, so this is one of the books जहाँ पे I got a really good help out of for my clinical practice. I'm working as a physiotherapist right now, or especially like it's kind of a different thing because I'm working right now as a tele-rehab physiotherapist. Tele-rehab physiotherapist का एक simple सा अगर मैं आपको समझाने की कोशिश करूँ, it's all everything is same. I am seeing patients, but I am seeing patient through this tele medium. Tele का मतलब हो गया कि internet and with the help of this laptop, I am connecting with people and I'm trying to solve their problems in terms of either pain, either disease, like not disease, like kind of injuries, or agar they are going through with some certain limitations in their life. As a physiotherapist, my job is to get them well with the function and also reduction of the pain. Simple as that कि जो इंसान अपने लाइफ के अंदर बिकॉज ऑफ एन इंजरी और किसी भी कारण से फंक्शनली काम नहीं कर पा रहा है या फिर अपने दिन भर के दिन जो कि उनकी दैनिक एक्टिविटीज होती है डेली एक्टिविटीज होती है वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं माई जॉब इज टू गेट द पर्सन बैक टू द लाइफ once again in a better and effective way as much as possible. So that said, as a clinician, my goal is also to always grow and learn from the things. And especially if you are a physiotherapist, you must also uh, seek to learn and adapt as the time goes because information जो होता है वो बहुत बहुत I'll say flux में रहता है. It's always changing, and you need to also learn and adapt along the way. They say you should not fall like you will not fall behind uh, in terms of either information or either in terms of clinical skill. So this is kind of a constant learning process, and let's try to bring something new. Let's try to discuss something new. And this one book, Explain Pain Supercharged, especially for the physiotherapist only, or from the clinician who want to work with people in the pain. Let's start with the book discussion. My screen present करता हूँ, and then we can discuss things one by one. So give me a second. Okay. Going back, I will choose this screen sharing option. Okay. So as you can see, the first of all, so first page has book. I think I really like this concept. यहाँ पे इन्होंने बॉडी को डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट में प्रेजेंट किया है. If this is a nature, this is a combination of this is the mother nature, you can say, or this is the machine. ठीक है, mechanistic model of human body. ठीक है, and this is the live, you can say, nature, or like basically with the organs, when the everything is depicted here. And if you see, it is a combination of things. Okay, it says that our body is not like a mechanistic thing. It's not a machine, it's a machine also, but it's all as such, it is live also, it is always in constant flux as in nature. जैसे अगर आप नेचर में देखोगे कि we are part of nature itself. Everything around us is going through change, and we are also going through change. ठीक है, there are many things which we don't really understand about our bodies, and as is it true for the our nature also, or our environment also. तो जब भी कोई इंसान जब पेन में होता है या कोई इंजरी के थ्रू गुजर रहा होता है, या फिर ही इज स्ट्रगलिंग विद सम इंजरी और डिजीज, we should not treat it as only as a machine or mechanistic thing. ठीक है, जो बायोमेडिकल मॉडल जो हम पहले फॉलो करते थे, अभी भी लाइक इट्स मोर ऑफ एन डोमिनेंट थिंग. We tend to treat bodies as a mechanistic thing, like processes, systems, uh, like for example in physiotherapy also, क्योंकि एक तरह से hands on, it is more considered, we try to change the tissue capacity, or we try to change the tissue, uh, like some do like claim that they can change the fascia and they can release the fascia, or hum with the mechanistic force we can make changes in the tissues. These are a kind of a biomedical or bio like mechanistic centered approach. Now we have changed into the biopsychosocial approach, which is kind of seeing body as an like by the influence of three different factors, which is biological, psychological and the social factors. ठीक है, जॉर्ज एंजल ने ये बायोसाइकोसोशल मॉडल इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, एंड वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दोस थिंग्स आल्सो, बट talking about this simple, like interesting page cover, it looks really good. So this is Explain Pain supercharged by these all geniuses like David Butler, Lorimer Mosley. These are two main authors जिन्होंने Explain Pain, जो simple first book थी, उसको पहले they started with, and now this is for more of detail for clinician and for people who want to go in detail. But yeah, let's move ahead. यहाँ पे if you see the book, there are different chapters. Start with कि why supercharged Explain Pain. हमने like they started with the basic version of Explain Pain, जहाँ पे they have explain things very in simple language, and then they have started with the things in going in detail, जहाँ पे इन्होंने और थोड़ा डिटेल के अंदर चीजों को समझाया, and they gave us a template जिसके थ्रू हम चीजों को और अच्छे से डिलीवर कर सकते हैं. We can use these resources to make things easier for us also and for the patients also. I have tried it, I have used it a lot, and I hope you will also get the benefit out of it once you start reading this and getting things done. सबसे जो this iceberg theory, everyone has like I think once in their life ये देखा होगा कि आइसबर्ग का जो पार्ट ऊपर होता है उससे ज्यादा पार्ट नीचे होता है. ठीक है, and this is true with the knowledge also. What you really need to know is very very deep, it's very in depth, there is no limit for it. ठीक है, and what you need to pass on, like you always learn some things, and you need to, I think you should pass on to the like to the people who are coming after you, so that उनको जीरो से स्टार्ट नहीं करना पड़े. No one should start. We stand on giants of, we stand on the shoulders of giants. There's a saying. हम अपना जो वर्ल्ड होता है, जो हम जिस तरह से देख पा रहे हैं, क्योंकि लोगों ने पहले काम किया है, क्योंकि लोगों ने पहले they've created something, we are able to use that and we are able to move ahead of it. ठीक है, so as a clinician also, there are many things as a clinical encounter we don't know, we really are in a constant flux, but that makes the journey interesting, that makes the journey more inquisitive, full of inquisitiveness, that we are always in search of truth, we are always trying to find something, we are always trying to explore something. Okay, and that's what a clinician iceberg of knowledge says, that you are in always constant flux of change, and you should learn always whenever it is possible. Okay, uh, so yep, so there are different explain pain resources. अगर आप जो मैं बात कर रहा था कि अगर हम बात करें कितना रिसोर्सेज अभी तक इन्होंने रिलीज किया, तो एक्सप्लेन पेन इज द फर्स्ट बुक जो पेन सफरर्स या क्लिनिशियंस या फिर जो भी इंटरेस्टेड है पेन के लिए, उनके लिए इट इज अ ग्रेट रिसोर्स. एक्सप्लेन पेन हैंडबुक प्रोटेक्टोमीटर, ये लाइक इट कैन बी यूज इन अ क्लिनिकल टेम्पलेट जहाँ पे पेशेंट्स विद द पेन कैन यूज along with the clinician. Painful yarns, metaphor and stories for pain sufferers and anybody interested in pain. And last one is Explain Pain Supercharge, which this test tube depicts that कितना वो detail है, कितना वो I'll say more rich in information and text. So this is, I think, most detailed one. Explain Pain Supercharge for clinician and interested for pain sufferers. Understood. So अगर हम like let me start with some basic overview of the things, जिससे हमको एक ये आइडिया रहे कि what are the things in this book. ठीक है, तो मैं थोड़ा इसको फास्टली आई विल कवर. तो अगर हम एक्सप्लेन पेन की बात करें, सिंपल इज दैट, अगर अब मैं मेरे को जो लाइक इसका अंडरस्टैंडिंग हुआ या फिर व्हाट आई अंडरस्टूड फ्रॉम दिस बुक इज दैट कि पेन इज वेरी वेरी इंडिविजुअल. इट इज एन इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंस. ठीक है, it can differ from person to person. Pain is an sensory and emotional experience. Like जैसे हमको एंगर महसूस होता है, जिस तरह से हमको लव महसूस होता है, like that's just it's just like pain also. Pain is an experience. आपको जो जो एक फीलिंग है, जिस तरह का, जैसे अगर आपको कट लगता है, the cut you are experiencing, that is something like the process which is there, it is nociception. मतलब आपको जो ब्रेन तक फील हो पा रहा है या फिर ब्रेन तक जो सिग्नल जा रहा है, दैट इज नोसिसेप्शन. फिजियोलॉजिकली वो नोसिसेप्शन है. जैसे अगर आप आपके आपके टंग के ऊपर इफ यू कीप समथिंग, दैट्स अ टेस्ट. लेकिन हाउ यू परसीव दिस, हाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, हाउ यू व्हाट मीनिंग यू गिव टू दैट टेस्ट इटसेल्फ, दैट इज व्हाट इज डिफरेंट. ठीक है, सेम इज दैट जब आपको कोई भी इंजरी होती है, कोई भी आपको बॉडी के अंदर आइदर एक्सटर्नल स्टिमुलस और इंटरनल स्टिमुलस, अगर आपको लगता है देयर इज चेंज इन योर receptors, the nociception takes it, nociceptors or nociception pathways takes it to the brain, and then what happens in the brain is the pain. Okay, and it is a very normal and very amazing part of our evolution, which is helping us to protect our body. And sometimes when it goes haywire, kabhi kabhi jab ye because of many factors, if it gets difficult to handle, it can create lot many issues in people's life, and it can really make things very distressful and debilitating, I will say, because I have seen so many patients who lose their hope to get back to their life. But one thing which I got got to understand with this part also, and with the people who I have dealt with the pain, कि पेन इज वेरी मेलिएबल, इट इज वेरी चेंजिंग इन नेचर. अगर आप उस पेन के अराउंड जो स्टोरीज है, अगर आप पेन के अराउंड जो बिलीव्स हैं, परसेप्शन है, पेन के अराउंड जो फियर है, अगर आप उसको क्रैक कर पाते हो, अगर आप उसके उलट कुछ उसके साथ आप उसको मॉडिफाई कर पाते हो, it's very very reassuring, and it's very very effective in people with the pain who are going through the very painful experiences. So it's very normal and it's very very amazing. That is the first uh, learning I want to convey. Second is the nerves are loaded with mechanical, thermal and chemical sensors. आपकी बॉडी के अंदर there are multiple nerves. Nerves can be can act as a postman. ठीक है, and sometimes postmen can like they deliver the messages, but sometimes the message, how the message is interpreted, that is more of an main understanding कि हम क्या उसका मीनिंग ले रहे हैं या क्या हम उसको समझ रहे हैं. आपने देखा होगा जब भी कभी आप किसी हॉट ऑब्जेक्ट को पकड़ते हैं तो यू आर नॉट एबल, यू सडनली पुल योर हैंड आउट ऑफ दैट. ठीक है, तो दैट इज अ प्रोटेक्टिव इंस्टेंस. बट अगर आपको कोई बोले कि आपको इसको होल्ड करके रखना है, एंड यू सी पीपल डूइंग अमेजिंग फीट्स, दे कैन वॉक ऑन द हॉट जो अंगारे होते हैं, जिस तरह से बोलते हैं कि अंगारों पे चलना, पीपल डू दोज थिंग्स, ऑल द डेंजरस फीट्स, inhibiting their nociceptors, and like they're able to do things in a good way. So all these things are possible. It's just that you can take control of your all these processes, but this is a there is a difference in the physiological process and how you perceive the pain. So yep, there it is kind of more, sometimes it's not a rocket science, but how you need to understand the basics, and then you need to start with building your understanding around this whole pain science itself. So there are multiple factors. This is also one of the good twin peaks model from explain pain. अगर आप इंजरी की बात करें, बिफोर इंजरी अगर आप देखें तो दिस इज अ प्रोटेक्ट बाय पेन लाइन. आपको बिफोर इंजरी अगर आपको कोई भी नी पेन हुआ है, मान लीजिए, तो आपको नी पेन पहले, अगर आपको इंजरी नहीं है तो आपको कहीं ना एक टिश्यू थ्रेशोल्ड होता है जहां पे अगर आप बेंड करते हो नी को तो आपको लगता है कि हाँ हल्का फुल्का पेन आने लगा है. फिर उससे आगे और खींचते तो दैट इज टिश्यू टॉलरेंस, मतलब उससे आप आगे जाओगे तो इट विल बी वेरी डेंजरस, यू कैन हैव इंजर योर लिगामेंट. अगर मैं बात करूँ इस एल्बो की, अगर मैं इसको यहाँ तक होल्ड करूंगा तो यू मे फील सम पेन. अगर आप उसको और खींचोगे तो देयर इज अ टिश्यू टॉलरेंस, मतलब रस्सी को आप जितना खींचते हो वो टेंशन में आती है, फिर एक धीरे धीरे वो टूटने लगती है, एंड देन अगेन लास्ट इज द वेयर व्हिच इज अ सुपरमैन एफर्ट व्हिच कैन बी डेंजरस टू यू. दिस इज काइंड ऑफ एन देयर आर डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ परसीविंग दैट पेन. ठीक है, कब आपको पेन महसूस होता है, कब आपका टिश्यू टॉलरेंस आता है, मतलब उससे ज्यादा आपका टिश्यू physically it cannot endure more than that. And then the superhuman effect, which is the dangerous one, where the most of the injuries may happen. इंजरी के बाद क्या होता है, योर प्रोटेक्ट बाय पेन इज वेरी लोअर्ड, यू टेंड टू प्रोटेक्ट इट एरिया लिटिल बिट मोर. अगर आपने कोई इंजरी महसूस की है आज तक अपनी लाइफ के अंदर, या पेन महसूस किया है, यू विल सी दैट यू ट्राई टू प्रोटेक्ट दैट एरिया टू मच. अगर आपको इंजरी हुआ है यहाँ पे तो यू ट्राई टू कीप योर हैंड ओवर हियर एंड यू ट्राई टू लिमिट दैट रेंज ऑफ मोशन आल्सो. सो द न्यू प्रोटेक्ट बाय पेन इज वेरी लोअर्ड, वो और थोड़ा नीचे चला जाता है, एंड द न्यू टिश्यू टॉलरेंस इज आल्सो वेरी लोअर्ड. ठीक है, तो आप उस एरिया को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, उस फंक्शन को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए यू गो इन वेरी वेरी लेसर अमाउंट ऑफ फंक्शन. ठीक है, आपका जो फंक्शन होता है बहुत लिमिट हो जाता है. इट्स गुड फॉर शॉर्ट टाइम, बट when it stays for long period of time, especially in cases of low back pain, that's where the things become difficult. और वो पेन जो हमको प्रोटेक्शन के लिए हमने हमारी बॉडी ने यूज किया था, हम उसको एज अ कुकून बना के when we use it to avoid activities, then it creates more of problems, and that is the major issue I think जो people in pain do experience. Limitation of their function, limitation of their ability to do things, and like fear of movement itself, क्योंकि जितना आप उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना चाहोगे उतना ही आप fearful रहोगे उन तरह की मूवमेंट्स के लिए जिसके अंदर इंजरीज हो सकती है. सो दिस रियली एक्सप्लेन्स वेल, एंड दिस रियली गिव्स अस पावर कि हम कितना अच्छे से इस न्यू प्रोटेक्ट बाय पेन को अगेन नॉर्मल जगह पे एस्टेब्लिश कर सकते हैं. इट्स अ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस एंड it really works, but it needs to be structured. That's what I think things need to be done. So yep, this was the first chapter, and then धीरे 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 it goes into explain theories कि आप theories क्या समझते हैं, theories as a thinking framework, किस तरह से चीजों को आप सॉफ्टवेयर किस तरह समझिए. आपका अगर सॉफ्टवेयर is corrupt, your hardware will not function well. ठीक है, तो think it is in a software कि what you think, अगर एक बच्चे को बोला जाए कि उस कमरे में भूत है, ठीक है, बचपन के अंदर, एंड ही विल थिंक दैट होल डार्कनेस इज समथिंग अबाउट वेरी वेरी डेंजरस, एंड वहां पे हो सकता है कि भूत है. ठीक है, उसको लगेगा हमेशा जब भी वो जाएगा कि नहीं वहां पे भूत है. वैसे ही पीपल डू हैव देयर ओन मेटाफर्स, पीपल डू हैव देयर ओन थ्योरीज अबाउट पेन. व्हाट एंड फर्स्ट थिंग आई थिंक, जब भी आप एक क्लिनिकल एनकाउंटर में जाते हैं, आई रेड दैट वेरी ब्यूटीफुल लाइन, लाइक इफ वी कैन फाइंड आउट दैट कि like we are always in a very like whenever there is a clinical encounter, it's kind of more of I will say a constant flux of beliefs and like what person understand about his life. ठीक है, what person is making meaning of his pain and actually what is happening, and आपको as a clinician need to give him the clear perspective around things कि what is happening with him. क्योंकि सबसे बड़ा जो एक क्वेश्चन होता है एक पेशेंट के मन में वो होता है कि what is happening with me, and if you are able to give him the right theories to think about, right softwares to think about, जिससे he feels empowered, he feels motivated, then it is a kind of thing कि it's a win-win situation for both of us. But sometimes we forget that जब हम उसको बोलते हैं कि आपका आपके बैक के अंदर, जैसे यूजुअली पीपल से व्हाट व्हेन दे कम टू मी दैट आई डॉक्टर हैज टोल्ड मी नॉट टू बेंड, नॉट टू लिफ्ट, नॉट टू डू ऑल दोस एक्टिविटीज, मेरी डिस्क जो है वो बाहर निकल चुकी है, एंड वहां से वो जो नर्व को कंप्रेस करती है तो वहां से दर्द उठता है, और उसकी वजह से मेरे को मना किया कि मैं आगे झुकूंगा तो उसमें और दिक्कत हो जाएगा। बट इट्स नॉट दैट सिंपल, इट्स नॉट लाइक कि वहां पे कुछ लाइक वन बाय वन ऐसे डिस्क रखी हुई है, और जैसे ही आप आगे झुके तो वो एकदम से निकल के बाहर आ जाएगी एकदम, और एंड यू विल फील मोर ऑफ पेन। Some cases, like, you may feel more of pain in some moments, but it's not, you need to screen people that where they lie in that spectrum. They're always not, they do not stay at the same level, and there is good chance they will improve if you do give them the right option or right way to move. Okay, so yep, I think theories work really well, और this is the model I was talking about, biopsychosocial model। और अगर आप देखेंगे कितनी सारी चीजें होती हैं आपकी जो हेल्थ या आपका जो एक एक्सेप्ट परसेप्शन होता है अबाउट एनी डिजीज और इंजरी, कितनी चीजें अफेक्ट करती हैं। अगर आप बायोलॉजी की बात करें, your genetics, inflammation, nociception, which is perception of pain, like process of, like, basically physiology of the pain, how it moves from nociceptors to your brain, system dysfunction, टिश्यू पैथोलॉजी, एक्सेसिव लोड, ये सारी चीजें आती है बायोलॉजिकल एक्सपेक्ट के अंदर। फिर आता है साइकोलॉजिकल पार्ट, जिसके अंदर आपके बिलीव्स, आप क्या सोचते हैं, थॉट्स, नॉलेज, प्रिडिक्शन, आप क्या प्रिडिक्ट करते हैं कि ये किस तरह से मूव करने वाला है, फीलिंग, ठीक है, एक्शन, व्हाट एक्शंस यू टेक आउट ऑफ इट। थर्ड इज सोशल। सोशल इज समथिंग विच इज, सी, इसको ऐसे हम समझ सकते हैं, अगर बायोलॉजिकल इट्स आवर बॉडी, साइकोलॉजिकल इज आवर ब्रेन, हाउ वी फंक्शन, एंड सोशल इज द एनवायरनमेंट वेयर वी फंक्शन। ठीक है, ये तीनों चीजें जब मिलती हैं, देन यू गेट एन ओवरऑल एक better model of health। ठीक है, if you just, someone is focusing on inflammation by taking medication, if they are not working on the beliefs, they are not working on their feeling, what they are doing, what they are thinking, they don't have good friends, they don't have access to care, they don't have good culture, और उनके culture के अंदर pain is something very very differently treated, inflammation will not get over just with the help of the medication itself। ठीक है, देन देयर मल्टीपल थिंग्स, तो इसलिए सोशल के अंदर फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स, कलीग, एक्सेस टू केयर, कम्युनिटी फीलिंग, कल्चर, सोसाइटी, all these things matter, and then the true model of health, the exact, the, I'll say, one of the good models of health arises, and that's what change is happening now. People are moving are towards this biopsychosocial model because it is much better, I will say, in terms of getting an understanding of human as an, like, treating in human itself. So yep, that's I think more important. So I think yes, this is one thing I think I got really good. So George Gem number one, which says that to be able to think of disease as an entity separate from man and caused by an identifiable substance apparently has great appeal to human mind. Perhaps the persistence of such views in medicine reflect the operation of psychological process to protect the physician from the emotional implication of material which he deals। मतलब इतना कितना वेराइड और कितना मतलब एब्सर्ड थॉट है कि डिजीज इज समथिंग व्हिच इज हैपनिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड। ठीक है, डिजीज समथिंग सेपरेट फ्रॉम द मैन इटसेल्फ। ठीक है, और हम जब उस चीज को ट्रीट करेंगे तब लाइक बॉडी के अंदर अगर फ्लू हुआ है, ठीक है, वी टेक फ्लू समथिंग एज एन आउटसाइड थिंग, बट एक्चुअली में फ्लू के जो सिम्टम्स होते हैं या फिर आप, योर बॉडी इज ट्राइंग टू fight that, it's your body's physiological response। ठीक है, it's nothing foreign as such। ठीक है, foreign invaders are there, you can support it, but actually it's a human body which is dealing with those things। ठीक है, and when we separate the disease and the body itself, then we, like as the George is saying, ki we are trying to protect, like as a physician and as a clinician, we are trying to protect ourselves from the emotional implication of material with which he deals। मतलब हम उस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी में नहीं पढ़ना चाह रहे हैं कि हाउ इट इज अफेक्टिंग हिम एज अ पर्सन, हाउ इट इज अफेक्टिंग इज इन अ, like what are the other factors which can affect his recovery। ठीक है, we try to save ourselves, and I think that is one of the major change we need to make on our clinical practice। Great, I think we'll move forward, and Yeah, this is the onion skin model of the explain pain. It imagines pain as an onion जिसकी different layers होती है, ठीक है? It start from social environment, फिर आप उसको और peel करते हो, फिर pain इसके behavior, किस तरह से वो इंसान अपने pain से बचता है. Some take medication, some take family support, some take uh, like they try to go for the activities which they love to do, ठीक है? Then comes suffering, then attitudes or beliefs around the pain, and then the deepest there is a nociception which around which everything is formed. But yeah, so there are different theories, there are different way of explaining things. This is kind of a protectometer which says that like how you perceive. आप एक बॉडी को आपकी बॉडी का अंदर एक खुद का एक प्रोटेक्टोमीटर है. किसको कैसे अपनी बॉडी को कैसे सेव करना है, योर बॉडी नोज इट रियली वेल, ठीक है. when there is a very high like evidence of danger moves the indicator up. जिस तरह से अगर एविडेंस बढ़ेगा, एविडेंस मतलब कि आपको लगे कि ये हमारे लिए डेंजरस हो सकता है. जैसे आपको लगता है कि शार्क मेरे लिए डेंजरस है, ठीक है, शेर मेरे टाइगर मेरे लिए डेंजरस है, बट यू डोंट थिंक पॉल्यूशन इट्स वेरी डेंजरस फॉर यू. दैट्स व्हाई यू डोंट रियली डू एनीथिंग फॉर इट, बट इट इज वेरी डेंजरस, ठीक है. तो एविडेंस नहीं है आपके पास इतना उसके बारे में, ठीक है. आपको लगेगा कि ठीक है, इट्स ओके टू डू ऑल दोस थिंग्स. When the evidence of danger moves the indicator up, you perceive that as a very high danger. Sometimes your parents may become the danger and you may feel that it's very danger to go into the room, and because you have the evidence, you have that thing in your mind that if I go inside when I am having low marks or when I have done something very stupid, तो वहां पे पिटाई हो सकती है. तो that is kind of a very high danger situation. As such, in the same way, our body has our own protectometer. When things go wrong, when things we have the evidence कि यहाँ पे चीजें और बुरी हो सकती है, या फिर किसी ने बोला है कि आप बेंडिंग करोगे तो और आपको दर्द हो सकता है, तो you will perceive that movement as very dangerous and you may feel more of pain at that time. That's how very interesting the pain science is. Great. So if we move forward, this is one more thing I think जो हम discuss कर सकते हैं आज के. It is very a long book. I can talk about this for days, but I think this is one of the part which I use really with the patient, which is DIMS and SIMS. Danger inside me and safety inside me. I always use this concept as to give people understanding or patient understanding कि आप किस तरह से अपने पेन को like you can put into पर्सपेक्टिव, ठीक है. और ये सब जो छोटी छोटी चीजें होती है, मेटाफर्स होते हैं, जो थ्योरीज होती हैं, स्टोरीज होती हैं. Human, I was reading Homo sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari again because I just wanted to revisit it, and it says that as a human we differ from other animals, and how we dominated other part of the nature itself is because of stories. We believe in stories. Everyone has their own story and everyone has their way of thinking, how they perceive the world, ठीक है. तो अगर आप एक पेशेंट को जब आपके पास वो आता है, एज अ पर्सन, इफ यू ट्रीट हिम and if you are interested in hearing his story, it's very it requires more your focus, it requires more of your energy, but trust me, it gives the best results and best outcome for your time and for your clinical intervention also, whatever you want to deliver, ठीक है. So अगर हम बात करें things you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, what can be dangerous inside me? Looking at an X-ray, you may see that. अब मैं ये पेशेंट की तरफ से बात कर रहा हूँ. अगर आप देखते हैं एक एक्सरे के अंदर, जो यूजुअली आपको पास पेशेंट आते होंगे, बोलते होंगे सर मेरे को एक्सरे दिखा, एमआरआई दिखा गया, उसके अंदर ये देखो, ये दिखा, यहाँ पे लग रहा है, तो यू विल फील समथिंग इज ब्रोकन इनसाइड यू, ठीक है. यू मे टेक सम एक्सरेज एंड एमआरआईज आर रियली ब्यूटीफुल, लाइक दे आर अमेजिंग रिसोर्स थिंग्स which we can use to make it more our clinical decision better in some cases, but most of the time it's very threatening for people that something is wrong inside their body, ठीक है. Sound at the dentist, like basically अगर आपका आपने कभी I haven't visited a dentist, but you can take it as an example जहाँ पे people are going for surgery, they may feel that there's something danger now and you need to protect, you need to go in that protecting mode, ठीक है. So what can be safety inside me? Hearing that my skin is clear, gentle massage, it can feel that you are feeling good, you are feeling assured. So whatever things you hear, see, smell, taste, touch, it can fall into either DIMS or either SIMS. We need to provide more of safety for the people, so to understand, and we need to put the dangers also in a way that the patient do not feel threatened. Okay, but being clear also, and be not sugarcoating it, but trying to give it more and understanding that what needs to be done. Things you do, for example, if you have pain and if you only take pills, staying all the home at the time, trying to fear the movements, or not doing activities which gives you meaning, okay, that can be danger inside me, okay. But what can be safety inside me? Gentle exercise, learning about your pain, meeting your people, doing activities which you love to do. Those things can really give you a safety feeling. Or on the opposite side, dims can be all these things which can need to identify that, okay, is it helping you or not? Things you say, आप क्या कहते हो अपने पेन के बारे में? क्या आपको लगता है कि it will be always there? It is happening from my disk. It is happening because आजकल तो बहुत, I will say, I hear so many strange explanation about their pain कि सर मेरा है ना फ्लैट फीट है और मेरा जो टिबिया है वो रोटेट कर रहा है, उसकी वजह से मेरा फीमर रोटेट कर रहा है, उसकी वजह से मुझे यहाँ पीए साइज के अराउंड पेन आ रहा है। और ये मुझे बहुत टाइम से आ रहा है, और ये इसलिए होता है क्योंकि मेरा फ्लैट फुट है। So you have already decided, like people already decide that, because it's not because their fault. Also, people from our profession, from our healthcare settings, do say all these things, and that's what create danger inside people. Okay. And what can be safety? There is a light at the end of the tunnel. This can be corrected. This can, I understand what is happening. So whatever you say as a clinician, as an whatever you say as a person about your pain and about your things, it really matters. Okay. कि जो language है, it gives meaning to your emotion. It gives meaning to experience. Okay. So whatever you say, it can be fall into danger inside me or safety inside me. Things you think and believe. Pain is forever. Insurance and it inform me my doctor is not really good. मेरे पास के जो मौसादी थे उनको भी इतना ही पेन हुआ था और वो ऐसा ऐसा हुआ था. Like whatever you will think, whatever you will believe, will be your reality, will be your concrete truth. And safety inside me can be broken bones can heal in 6 weeks. So अब सबको पता है fractures can heal. तो they have that feeling that okay, there is nothing to fear, प्लास्टर लगाओ ठीक हो जाएगा, ठीक है. जुकाम के बारे में, like they have feeling that ठीक है 6 दिन में ठीक हो जाएगा. But COVID happened and people felt that it's gonna destroy their life, and most of the people had so much of fear in their life that they were getting more of in threatened mode whenever they had all those symptoms also. Okay, so whatever things you believe and think may change all the things in your life. Places you go, where do you go? Like usually when you have all these problem, hospital, surgeon office, you are shopping for the medical health care कि ठीक है क्या कर सकते हैं कैसा कर सकते हैं. You are going for door to door, going for quacks. ठीक है आप हर जगह जा रहे हो, ट्राई कर रहे हो. But hospital is a good place, you can visit it to get an understanding. But what about your activities which you really love? What about the people who really give you things and your life as a meaning, as a support? People in your life can be the next part, and like again the noisy neighbor or out of data health professional or friends who understands you or up to date health professional, that can be safety inside me. Things happening in your body, again you are depressed, anxious, acute inflammation. But on the other side, safety can be you are happy, optimistic, and looking forward to get better. With the acute inflammation you will feel more safe than the other part. So these are the things I think really make sense when you try to make things really clear to people what they need to do and how do they need to work on their pain. And yep, that's all I think for today. I didn't saw the time, and we have already covered most of the parts. There's one part I want to share, and give me just few minutes so I can open the quote from this book itself, which inspired me to go ahead and take this book session for today. I think I hope you will also relate to it if you are a physiotherapist. So give me a second. I will open the yeah. Give me a second. Uh, this is the point. where it is. Sorry guys, it's taking a little bit more time. Okay. So I will take a picture of it and then we can discuss it on the. So this says, अगर आप देख पा रहे हैं अभी, yeah. So this is the one thing which really made me go for this part. ठीक है. And this says that, अगर आप पढ़ पा रहे हैं इसको, our clinical interactions are really a dynamic dance between our theories, values, needs, intuition, expectation, and biases, and those of the client. Those are the social environment in which we both operate, and our need to feed the kids and make a dollar. मतलब आपके जो क्लिनिकल इंटरेक्शंस होते हैं, सो कितना वो डायनामिकली प्लेस्ड होते हैं। आपके कुछ स्टोरीज हैं, आपके कुछ वैल्यूज हैं, आपके कुछ बिलीव्स हैं, आपका कुछ लाइफ स्टोरी है, आपका कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस है अराउंड पेन or around delivery or the intervention which you want to deliver, and the person who is coming for care, they have all these things in their mind also, and it's happening in a social environment जहाँ पे कुछ priorities है, जहाँ पे कुछ biases already हैं, जहाँ पे कुछ already notions हैं about those kind of problems, and then you need to operate and to give the best of the care. Also you need to take care of your capital or to make money out of that process. So it is kind of very, very tricky situation. However, being aware that a complex reality exists is one thing, but to engage with each and every facet in the most complete and honest way we can is another thing altogether. As Dr. Mick Thacker, research fellow at King's College London, neurological aficionado, and physiotherapist extraordinary, would say, how hard is your job? I really take proud in what I'm doing right now as such as a physiotherapist, because it's not a really easy job अगर आप उसको अच्छे से करना चाहते हो, but it's a challenge which I love and which I really aspire for, that to get better in treating people with pain and getting better with helping them in best way possible. So this book was one of the, like, this book is one of the major resource which I refer to whenever I want to understand pain and little bit about theories and stories and how we can. अभी इसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो हमने डिस्कस नहीं करी है, but I will leave it to the people who got an understanding what really it is about. Please go and read this book. If anyone wants to get hands on this part, just DM me. आप मुझे reach out कर सकते हैं. Then I can send you the book and you can download, or you can download it from Google itself or internet itself. It's all available over there. So yep, that's all. I think we'll come again for that session tomorrow around 9 p.m. Until then, have a great day and have a great weekend. Enjoy your Saturdays, and we'll meet again tomorrow. This was a great session, kind of an kind of an like more of detailed exploration about around the topics, around the concepts. But yep, we'll continue with the things. We'll keep things short for sure some days. And yep, have a great day. See you next day, and bye bye.